Hi guys, well welcome to my channel. Today we'll be looking at how I installed a USB power supply on my 2013 Honda Fireblade. Loads of products out there, but I decided to opt for the Oxford double USB power supply. So stay tuned and we'll go downstairs to the man cave and show you exactly how I fitted this product. Welcome to my man cave. Well, here it is, my 2013 Honda Fireblade. I've already removed the front and rear seats and the side panels as well. What was I trying to achieve by mounting this USB power supply? Well, basically I wanted something to power my iPhone 6, which I've mounted on the headstock of the motorbike by using a RAM X grip. Now, there are plenty of products out there on the internet. I decided to go for Oxford USB power supply, and the cost of that was around 26 UK pounds. And the reason I went for Oxford over any others, basically it's a branded product and the reviews on it were pretty good actually, so that's the reason I went for the Oxford USB. So this is the completed installation of the USB power supply, and I've mounted it just to the left hand side of the ignition switch. The rubber cap that it comes with, waterproof cap, seems to be of good quality, and it looks like it's quite a nice snug fit, so hopefully no water getting in there. Well, there are several ways you can install this into your electrical system. I've chosen to install it in such a way that the power supply to the USB is independent of the ignition switch. So there we go, switch the ignition on and there is no power supply to the USB. I've mounted a little on-off switch in the tail unit of the motorbike and switching it on, there we go, the blue light indicates power's running to it, and switching it off, no power running to it, and you can see no power running to it even with the ignition switched in the on position. If I switch the ignition off, again still no power to it, and I can activate the on-off switch in the tail unit and there we go. There's power running to the USB. So here it is, my setup. I've got a 30cm USB lightning connector cable running from the USB into my iPhone 6, which is mounted in a RAM X grip. So there's no power to the phone at the moment and the ignition is switched off. So I'll just switch the on-off switch in the tail unit from off to on, and there we go. The phone has got some power and is charging very nicely from the USB. I can switch the power supply off. You see the blue light goes off and the phone is no longer charging, so it all works very well. So guys, you know that it works. Now I'm going to show you how I did it. The USB socket has been mounted to the left of the ignition switch by using two zip ties, one here and another one here, just going through the little hole in the headstock area. The kit does come with a small section of rubber, so that rubber is protecting the zip ties from scratching the headstock area, just in the area of the hole here. So yeah, there's a small little bit of rubber here. The socket does come with a handlebar mount, so that handlebar mount has been removed, so you're just left with the round barrel, shall we call it, of the USB socket, which has been mounted to the handlebar area. It was in a case of running the power supply under the tank and into the seating area here. The Oxford USB socket does come with an inline fuse, and that has got a 3 amp fuse installed in it. So guys, what other bits do we need? Well, we'll need to go and purchase a 4-pin relay. You can get these from your automotive shops. This is 12 volts, 30 amps. Have to go and purchase an inline fuse protector, and this one is of the blade type, and then you'll also have to go and purchase a on-off switch. Again, you can get all of these from your automotive shop. So here's a little drawing that I've done. We've got the battery here, we've got the relay, the 4-pin relay, and then the USB, which is mounted on the handlebars. So let's keep it simple. From the battery you have one power supply going from the battery through the fuse, which we've put a 25 amp fuse in that one, and that goes into pin 30 on the relay. And then from the battery have another feed from the positive terminal going into the positive side of the little switch which we've got mounted in the tail unit, and then the negative return goes back to the ground stroke negative side of the battery. That switch has got a third terminal, in this case marked A for accessory, and that accessory goes from the switch and to pin 86 on the relay. We then go from the relay, pin 87, and that takes a positive feed from the relay into the USB, and then from the USB the black negative cable goes all the way around to the negative ground side of the battery. Pin 85 is simply from the relay to the negative side of the battery. So, trying to keep this simple, when I switch this on, it sends power to the relay, which then flicks the switch inside, and then that then allows the circuit to be completed from the battery along the USB cable to power the USB. When we switch this off, that then opens the switch in the relay, which then stops power going from the battery to the USB. Simple. Apologies for not showing you how I actually wired it in on a step-by-step basis, but it's already been wired in before I made the video. But I hope the video has given you some insight as to basically how easy it is to do. But I'm no electrician. If there's any doubts, I would recommend you go and seek some electrical advice from a proficient person. Before you put everything away, just make sure once you've put your tank back that you can turn the handlebars freely without any snagging from left to right, so you get full and free movement there. And just to make sure under the seat you're not going to put the seat or the tow unit back onto any of the wires that you've fitted, and run through the framework, which may cause any splits in the cabling. So tuck everything away nice and neat and tidy. Use zip ties to keep everything together, and so you have a nice install, and use black tape to protect the end of the relay. I know there's not going to be any water getting in there generally speaking, but belt and braces, just put a load of black tape around the end of the relay to keep all the wires nice and tight, or some shrink wrap if you can get some shrink wrap big enough to cover the relay itself. Well, that's it guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you've enjoyed it, please feel free to hit the subscribe button. Thanks so much, have a great day.